Hey guys, Greg here. Let's solve H-index Leetcode number 274. So we're given an array of integers called citations, where each citations at I is the number of citations a researcher received for their ith paper, and we need to return what's called the researcher's H-index. The H-index is defined as the maximum value of H such that the given researcher has published at least H papers that have each been cited at least H times. It's a bit of a tricky definition, so let's work this out here. If our list of papers is 30615, that means this paper was cited 3 times, this one was not cited at all, this was cited 6 times, this was cited once, and this one was cited 5. So again, we have 5 papers, and these were the number of citations for each of those papers. And the H-index would be 3, which means that it's the maximum value that fits the criteria, is there at least H many papers with at least H citations. So is there 3 papers with at least 3 citations? Well, this has at least 3 because it's 3. This does as well, and so does this. So there's 3 papers with at least 3 citations, and so this would work. Is there 4 papers with at least 4 citations? You could only get these 2 papers, and so that would not work. And any higher number would be even harder to achieve. So the maximum value that fits that criteria would be 3. Okay, let's work with this example here, and let's start with the brute force solution. So the brute force would be trying different H's in order, so we'll try an H of 0. Now, of course, 0 is going to work because you're basically looking for at least 0 papers with at least 0 citations. Of course, you can find 0 things. You don't even have to look at your papers. So that would work. How about an H of 1? Well, now we'd have to go through our papers, use a variable like P, and we'd keep track of some number of papers that have at least that amount of citations here. So num papers, currently that is going to be 0. We're looking for papers that have at least 1 citation. Well, this one would. This has at least 1 citation, so that would increment here. Okay, cool. We would move this over, but we'd actually immediately see that we only need 1 paper that has at least 1 citation, and so you could immediately conclude that H equals 1 would work. Let's try an H of 2. Okay, we'll move this back at the beginning, and we'll set num papers is equal to 0. So now we're looking for papers that have at least 2 citations. Well, this one does. This has at least 2 citations, so that is going to increment up to 1. Let's look at the next one here. No, that one doesn't help. This one only has 1 citation, so we're just going to move this over. Okay, 2 citations. That's good. So we have at least 2 papers now, and that would conclude that 2 is going to work as well. Okay, let's try an H index of 3. So we'd move this back to the beginning, set num papers back to be 0, and now we're looking for papers that have at least 3 citations. Okay, again, this has 5 citations, so this would work. This would increment 1 to that number of papers. We would move this over. That one is not going to help. Move this over. That is not going to help either. We would move this over and we see, okay, this has 8 citations. So we would now increment this to be 2. We would move this over. Okay, that's helpful as well. There is now 3 papers with at least 3 citations, and we would conclude that H equals 3 works as well. Okay, now how about an H of 4? So we'll try to do 4. So we'd move this back to the beginning, set this back to be 0, and we would see that this one is helpful. So that would increment to 1. It's going to move past these. These are not helpful. 8, that is helpful. That is going to bring it up to 2. The 9 is then going to bring it up to 3. And over here, this one is not enough. So we're actually going to get to the end of the array here and conclude that this value of H didn't work. And if we tried any higher values of H's, well, that's just going to be more and more difficult. So those wouldn't work. So you'd want to return the last value of H that did work. So one before the one that failed, aka we would want to return that H equals 3 is our answer. You could code that up, although I'm not going to. I encourage you to do so though, because this would have a time complexity of, well, think about it. We're going through this array of, we'll call this n things. So if there's n things here, so it's going to be an n, how many times do we actually traverse this thing? Well, you start H at 0 and you go all the way up until, what is the highest value here? Well, that is also n, which would be equal to 6 here. So there's 6 different papers here. You could have 6 papers with at least 6 citations. If these were all, say, 6s, for example, well, then that would be that case. And you would only find that out after you went all the way from the bottom to the top. So ultimately that would be an n times n, making this an n squared algorithm. But we can do this in O of n time. Okay, so let's think about this a little bit differently now. Now what we're going to do is use a counting sort, which is going to help us in O of n time get the number of papers with x many citations. So what I mean by that is we're going to get a variable, call it paper counts. Okay, and this is going to have n plus 1 many positions here. So it's going to have indices 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and 6. So remember, n is equal to 6. So there's going to be 7 positions here, and they're going to be defaulted to zeros for now. Now we'll fill this out in a moment, but what this is going to represent is, say that for now that this value was a 3. So what that would mean is that there's 3 papers with 2 citations. And we mean exactly. We have exactly 3 papers with exactly 2 citations. Okay, so to fill this out, you would do kind of a counting sort. And so let's use a variable c to go through these. So we have a paper with 5 citations. Okay, so a paper with 5 citations, we have 1 more of those. We move over here, we have a paper with 1 citation. Okay, we're going to increment that. Move this over to the 2. We have a paper with 2 citations. Move it over to 8. Well, that's interesting because we don't actually have a slot for 8 citations, and anything bigger than n, we don't have that, but that's okay. We'll basically just clump them into this bucket here. And so this is going to be basically the at least 6 group. Okay, so for the at least 6 group, we'll say we have now 1 paper with at least 6 citations. Over here, okay, same deal here. We now have 2 of those. We go over to this value of 3. Okay, we have a paper with 3 citations. Okay, so as a reminder what this means, we have 1 paper with 1 citation, 1 paper with 2 citations, 1 paper with 3 citations, we have 1 paper with 5 citations, and 2 papers with at least 6 citations. Now we're going to do this a little bit backwards. We're going to try an h value of, well, the highest value it could be is 6. So we'll try a value of 6. Well, if you use this as an index, it's going to be this value right here. And so what that means is that there is 2 papers with at least 6 citations. Okay, so we'll keep track of this. We'll just call this papers. Right now there's 2 papers with at least 6 citations. Okay, that doesn't work because for an h value of 6, you would need at least 6 papers with at least 6 citations. So that doesn't work. Let's try to see if an h value of 5 works. Okay, so now we're basically in this region here. And so you can add 1 to this. So now we have 3 because there is 3 papers with at least 5 citations. Well, that still doesn't work. You would need at least 5 papers with at least 5 citations. So we need to keep this going here. We'd go over here, and this doesn't actually help. So with an h value of 4, well, that still doesn't work. Let's try an h value of 3. Okay, if you were to decrease this to 3, you'd increment your number of papers then to be 4. This is telling us there's 4 papers with at least 3 citations. Okay, that actually does work. And so we would return the very first value that works, which is going to be h equals 3. Okay, so the time complexity of this is much improved. It's actually going to be big O of n because you're building up this counts array that takes O of n time. And then we're basically just going backwards through this thing, which is again going to be O of n. So this time complexity is big O of n, although this one does take up space because we are clearly storing O of n things. Okay, so let's code this up. Okay, so we're going to get n is equal to the length of citations, and we'll get our paper counts, which is initialized to be n plus 1 zeros. So that's going to be the list of 0 times n plus 1. Okay, then we'll build this up. So for c in citations, so c is going to be the number of citations for a paper. So what we would do is set paper counts at c to plus equals 1. Now that would work except where the number of citations is actually out of bounds of this array. And so in that case, you would want to make the last one basically a bucket. And so to do this, you would actually write this as the min of n and c. So basically if c is bigger than n, well, that's just going to set this to be n. And so that's going to put it in your last index, making it act like a bucket. Okay, then what we're going to do is set h equal to n, and we're going to bring this down until it actually works. So far, the number of papers we have is going to be paper counts at n. Then the main thing here is while papers is less than h, let's think about this. Papers is going to be the number of papers that have at least h citations. And so if this is less than h, that's exactly what it means for h to not work. And this is in the while condition because as soon as this is not true, well, it would be this case. This is the opposite where your number of papers is at least h. And that's exactly what it means for your h to work. So this is going to run until you find an h that does work. Okay, then to try and find one that works, we would need to h goes down by 1, and then the number of papers is going to accumulate by paper counts at h. Because now that you've decreased the value of h, well, you're going to accumulate the number of papers that have h many citations. Okay, after this runs here, we're going to get a value of h that works, and so we can just return h. If we're going to run that and submit our test cases, we can see that works really, really well. This is going to have a time complexity of big O of n, and it's also going to have a space of O of n as well. I hope this was helpful, guys. Drop a like if it was, and check out algomap.io in the description if you haven't already. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.